Welcome back, viewers. Tensions between Iran, Israel, and the United States have reached a critical point. Recent reports indicate that Pakistan's Army Chief General Asim Munir held a secret meeting with former U.S. President Donald Trump, where Iran was reportedly the central topic. This information was reported by Indian media and a few other sources, although independent confirmation of the meeting is still pending. It has also been claimed that the U.S. is once again seeking military bases in Pakistan to facilitate possible operations or intelligence gathering against Iran. Some sources suggest there could be an intelligence sharing arrangement, as seen in the Ukraine war in the past. Donald Trump has made his stance on Iran very clear. He believes Iran has no right to possess nuclear weapons and that its missile program must be restrained. He accuses Iran of supporting terrorist organizations in the region and views the current Iranian regime as a major threat that needs to be replaced. Meanwhile, the U.S. has deployed its most expensive B-2 bomber aircraft, which costs $500,000 per hour to operate, as part of its preparation for a possible strike on Iran. But American leadership also knows that this war would be extremely expensive and unpredictable. If Iran is attacked, a new supreme leader could emerge, possibly one even more hard line than the current one. In recent days, Iran has activated its defense systems repeatedly and has launched missile attacks 14 times. Iran claims it can continue firing missiles for months. The Iranian leadership has clearly stated they will not surrender or step back. If the U.S. or Israel attacks, Iran will respond forcefully. On the international front, diplomatic efforts have intensified. Chinese President Xi Jinping and Russian President Putin have condemned Israel's attack on Iran and called for an immediate ceasefire. European nations like Germany, France, and the UK are also pushing for dialogue. Iran is open to negotiations, but only on its own terms. Israel, on the other hand, now finds itself in a fragile position. Following Iran's missile retaliation, serious questions have been raised about Israel's defense capabilities. If the U.S. and Iran reach any form of agreement, Israel's long-term strategic goals could be severely impacted. Iran openly supports the Palestinian cause, which fuels Israel's anger and concern. Donald Trump is attempting to use this entire situation to his political advantage. He hopes to avoid war and instead portray himself as a messenger of peace, perhaps even aiming for a Nobel Prize. His strategy appears to be negotiating a deal with Iran, taking credit for it, and presenting himself as a peacemaker. The United States has declared the next 15 days as critical. During this period, Washington will assess Iran's actions, prepare its own strategies, and make key decisions on both diplomatic and military fronts. Iran is also using this time to prepare and consider its options. If no agreement is reached in this window, the risk of war will increase dramatically. The U.S. has over 20 military bases in the region, including 8 permanent installations. All of these bases are within Iran's missile range, which makes any attack highly risky and costly for Washington. Iran has also signaled that it will respond to any attack with full force. Interestingly, America does not currently have full support from the Gulf Arab countries for a major strike against Iran. Nations like Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the UAE have made major economic deals with the U.S. recently, but have not explicitly endorsed any military action. Israel's primary objective is regime change in Iran. If the U.S. strikes a deal with Iran, that goal would collapse. Iran's